In Hindu astrology, there is perhaps no planetary force that commands more nervous respect than Shani Dev. He is known as the ultimate slow-moving taskmaster of the cosmos. Across the culture, people actively alter their daily routines to avoid his kudrishti, a term that translates to a wrathful or evil eye. The common belief is that a single glance from Shani Dev guarantees bad luck, hardship, and steep obstacles. Yet the ancient scriptures that define his existence offer a staggering contradiction. Those texts state that simply listening to the story of his origin cures physical ailments, clears away false accusations, and restores their standing in society. Why would understanding a deity defined by punishment be the prescribed cure for human suffering and injustice? The answer lies in the exact day he was born, a day marked by a terrible injustice that plunged the entire universe into total darkness. Before Shani Dev existed, the cosmic hierarchy was dominated by Surya, the sun god, who radiated a blinding, unchecked energy across the void. This overwhelming heat was literal torture for his own wife, Sangya. Day after day, she found herself physically incapable of surviving in close proximity to her husband's agonizing brilliance. Pushed to the brink, Sangya devised a desperate escape plan. From her own body, she manifested a perfect identical clone, a living shadow named Chaya, to take her place in the palace. After swearing Chaya to absolute secrecy, Sangya quietly slipped away, fleeing deep into a distant forest to perform solitary penance and build her own spiritual endurance. Back in the palace, Chaya flawlessly assumed the life of Sangya. She acted as a devoted wife to the sun god and a caring mother to his existing children, keeping the illusion entirely intact. But a major complication soon arose. Chaya became pregnant, and she now faced the terrifying reality of shielding a developing infant from Surya's relentless, overwhelming radiation. To protect the child, Chaya resorted to extreme measures. She began a fierce tapasya, or severe spiritual penance, dedicated to Lord Shiva. For days on end, she stood completely barefoot under the scorching sun, refusing all food and a single drop of water. The unborn child was now caught in a brutal collision of cosmic forces, the blistering, unchecked radiation of a star pressing down from above, and the fierce, starving endurance of a mother fighting from below. The combination of Chaya's severe fasting and the sun's oppressive heat defined the infant's form. When the boy was finally born, his skin was pitch black. Hearing the news of a new son, Surya eagerly entered the chamber. But the moment he laid eyes on the dark-skinned infant, his radiant golden ego was instantly shattered. Rather than showing concern, Surya erupted in cruelty. In front of the entire court, he humiliated Chaya, accused her of sleeping with another man, and utterly disowned the child. The newborn infant lay there, listening as his mother wept bitterly under the weight of a completely baseless public humiliation. Triggered by his mother's tears, the infant opened his eyes for the very first time and locked his gaze directly onto his father. That single look instantly scorched the sun god. Surya's olden body calcified to black coal, his chariot stopped, and the universe plummeted into darkness. In his very first moments of life, this infant had completely neutralized the most powerful entity in existence. With the sun extinguished, absolute panic swept through the cosmos. The chaos only broke when Lord Shiva manifested in the darkness to act as the ultimate neutral judge. Shiva immediately assessed the situation and delivered his ruling. He turned to Surya and confirmed the absolute truth. Chaya had been entirely faithful, and the boy was legitimately his son. The child's dark skin was physical evidence of Chaya's fierce maternal devotion and the spiritual heat of her sacrifice. Struck with intense guilt, Surya deeply apologized to Chaya for his arrogance. With his repentance spoken, Shiva restored Surya's radiant golden state, bringing light back to the universe. But Shiva was not finished. Because this child had absorbed and survived such a profound, baseless accusation mere moments after birth, Shiva decreed that he would be granted a unique, eternal role. Look at this diagram mapping the 9 planetary bodies. Shiva positioned Shani at the highest point of this hierarchy, casting influence over all others. From this vantage point, Shani Dev became the karma phal data, the completely impartial distributor of the fruits of one's deeds. This is why the texts promise relief to those who hear his story. Shani Dev's gaze is purely objective. He serves as the universe's ultimate system of accountability, ensuring that no one, not even a sun god, escapes their karma, and that those who suffer under false accusations are eventually vindicated.